Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors. Darwin.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition. Our focus is on the Q3 earnings of Bikaji Foods today. Bikaji Foods has posted a 30% increase in its net profit during the third quarter, with the sales rising 22% over a year ago period as well. Especially the volumes, that indicates the number of products the consumers really put in their shopping carts, also rose by about 30% and the net profit of course increased to 49 odd crore rupees. Total sales about 612 odd crore rupees in Q3 FY24. Now to discuss more insights from these numbers and the quarterly earnings as well as an outlook going forward from here, I'm now joined by the top management of the company. Manoj Verma now joins in. He's the COO of Bikaji Foods. Mr. Verma, good afternoon. Good to have you with us on Business Today Television. Tell us what are the key reasons behind this quarter's performance? Would you put a lot of emphasis on the festive demand this time in the October to December period, or was there also an added on impact of the raw materials this time around? What would you attribute the contribution to?
Sure. First of all, good afternoon, Sakshi, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. I think, very well said. One of the key reasons that why did this quarter did extremely well was on the back of good festive support. So our category which is gifting and sweets has done extremely well, and if you look at numbers, now it has grown by 82%, which is very, very high. But I mean, how we look at it is that it's a right way to look at a mix of quarter 2 and quarter 3. So this was a delayed Diwali, hence these numbers are on a very high side. Nonetheless, what the other way to look at is on a performance, and when we say it's a good performance, that even if we look at how's that our snacktionery business has done, ethnic snacks, so that has done also extremely well, which is in the tune of about 16% growth. So overall, yes, it's been a good quarter and it has worked very well for us.
Okay, especially the volume growth has been at 30% odd. Could you give us a guidance on this front? I think for the year, you had a guidance of about 18 odd percent, so if I'm not mistaken, for FY24. And already in the 9 months, you've achieved about 16, 17 odd percent already. Would you be looking at revising that upwards? What is your own sense of what is the volume guidance for the entire fiscal that you'd be ending with?
Yeah. So, Sakshi, if you look at, so I think just looking one quarter in isolation will not be a fair way to, evaluate. If we look at on a YTD basis, our volume growth is close to about 17%. And we stay with what we said, somewhere between 16 to 18% kind of a volume growth, on a YTD basis. This is what we'll deliver.
Okay. And which of your key segments were growth drivers in Q3, amidst your packaged sweets or your snacks business? Where exactly did you see more growth coming in? And also if you can share with us the outlook, because now the festive demand is out of the way. Which are the key segments that will start to perform Q4 onwards, sir?
So if we talk about quarter 3, so certainly it was gifting and sweets, they were the growth drivers. Also, Papad picked up, if you look at one of our category, which is not as big, but again, till quarter 2, it hasn't done as well. And that was for some reasons like monsoons, non-availability and all that stuff. So this quarter, this has also picked up. And Namkeens has done well. So overall, I think it's a holistic good performance. Going forward, if you look at, yes, in quarter 4, so sweets will take, will not be as much what it was. And therefore, it will be on the back of, the snacktionery business, which will be the key growth drivers.
Okay. And if you could share with us the margin guidance from here on, sir, what is the comfortable band at which you're looking your margins to grow in? What are the kind of levers that can push your margins even further from the current levels?
So if we look at, and what we said, so our EBITDA margins would be, say, around, so currently on a YTD basis, if we look at it, it's 14%, right? And this is what we said, we'll be between 13 to 14% kind of our EBITDA margin. And the margins, what I'm talking of, is without PLI income taking into account. That's a
Okay.
huge money which is going to come in quarter 4. We'll book it, and this will reflect in our EBITDA, but this will be over and above this number, what I'm talking.
Oh, okay. Also, sir, you had spoken on our channel on the focus towards frozen foods quite a lot of time. You were getting big on that. Tell us what is the status, what is the kind of preparation that you have? Do you already have some products that are already hitting the shelves? And what is the kind of meaningful contribution that you look from this business from when onwards?
So glad to inform that last month this got commissioned. So I think late December. So last quarter this frozen plant in Bikaner, it has got commissioned. There are lots of trials which are on. In terms of going on to shelf, I think there's a lot of trial. Our chefs are working on that stuff. It'll take
Okay.
couple of quarters, to get actual benefit out of it, right?
Okay.
But this doesn't mean that we are not in the frozen category. If I talk about my exports business, about 40-45% business of export is on frozen, which we
Okay.
currently procure from outside. Now we're trying to do that stuff within in. So I think we'll have to give 2 more quarters, and then we'll talk about what is that frozen is doing for us.
Fair enough, sir. So also talk to us about your market share currently in your core areas where you're working in the core geographies that you're working in currently, and where do you see it going forward? Do you have enough room to pick it up further from the current levels?
So there's enough and more room even in our core states, right? So and that's what our teams are working on. So if I talk about it at console level in our core states, in Indian ethnic snacks, it's about 44.5%
Okay.
market share. Wherein it varies. So it's a state like Assam, it's about 56% market share.
Okay.
Bihar, there's huge room of growth in that stuff. So that's how we look at to build on a console level. We are looking at that these core states should be growing, gaining about say 100 basis point year on year kind of a stuff. That's what we are targeting this thing.
Okay, 100 basis points is the kind of growth that you can look at in the market share of the core areas. Now, your recent acquisition, sir, of Bhujia Lalji, tell us what is the sense you're getting. By when will it start to meaningfully contribute to your financials, sir?
So that was a strategic acquisition what we made now, and not at a very high cost, which I think everyone's aware of.
Yeah.
Uh, and it is nothing new. If you look at most of the companies, most of the brands have the strategy of brand we. So this is a weapon in our arsenal which can be fired, or which we'll fire, maybe in certain states, certain channels. That's what we'll do. It's a very small brand for now. Just about say 20 crores last year what it did. So numbers will not be as much important of importance, but I think the strategic intervention this brand, or the way this brand will complement to overall Bikaji growth strategy, will be really really important. Uh, for now, if I can talk about Bujalaji, will be growing at about 30-40% year on year. That's the kind of growth, so which will be more than 2x of what Bikaji would be doing.
Okay. Any other, M&A opportunities that you are looking at right now? Any other acquisitions, smaller areas maybe you will be looking at targeting by inorganic growth, sir?
Uh, Not for now, but yes, we certainly would be open for that stuff if something really works out for us.
Okay, fair enough. Well, many thanks, Mr. Verma, for being with us on this special edition and sharing such wonderful insights from your quarterly earnings and the outlook going forward. All the very best to you for the
Thank
coming
you.
quarters as well, and hoping for more interactions going forward. Many thanks, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, with that, we wrap up this special conversation with Bikaji Foods. Strong earnings coming about. Of course, there was the festive push going forward. It could be the snack business that could be leading the show, and not so much of the packet sweet business, but frozen foods. The commissioning has started in the plant that the company is talking about, and of course, a few quarters down the line is when we could finally see some of the frozen foods coming onto the shelves. Export is going to be a big key focus area on that front as well, and the margins, of course, they are hoping to expand going forward from here, and of course on the market share front as well. So promising outlook, and we'll get you such interesting conversations on Business Today television. So don't go anywhere, and we will soon be getting you some more updates on the earnings as well.
Arvind Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe from multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines and many other sectors.
In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today. Celebrate 32 years of leadership in business news with Business Today. From the groundbreaking AI cover of Sundar Pichai to PM Modi's exclusive on G20, we redefine headlines. Now our 32nd anniversary issue explores India 2029, the 5-year agenda with industry titans sharing exclusive insights. So, just BT it for unparalleled perspectives. Business Today, 32 years of leadership, innovation and business brilliance. Subscribe now.
Hello and welcome to Business Today Television on India Today Group. I'm Karishma Asudani and joining me is Secretary, Department of Revenue,